What is going on, my beautiful YouTubers and subscribers? It is Thursday, July 3rd, approximately 8:10 p.m. I just got changed after getting out of my other job, and it's time to head to the gym for deadlift day. I'm tired as fuck. I'm sore from yesterday's benching. In my back, too, no less. And that's no excuse. Time to get my head in the game. I'll catch you guys in the clips. Let's go! Alright, can't do back day without deadlifts. Per usual, I have my most taxing compound movements at the beginning of my workout. Getting a feel for things here with 225 on the bar. I had 135 and 185 on here prior to this. But definitely more taxing than usual because I was exhausted and it was the July 4th weekend. With the side view here, you can see that I keep my spine fairly neutral even on the negative. There's definitely something bugging me though, so I decided not to go much higher. Just bumped it to 245 after this and did a bunch of sets. Maybe it was just that I was reviewing the clips in between the sets and psyching myself out, but does anybody else think my form's a little off? Give me some constructive criticism here back in the comments. But yeah, just gonna let that go for now unless somebody has suggestions. I've just been looking over this way too many times. Anywho, my goal for the deadlift right now is the same as my squat, where I want to be driving the force through my bad leg equally with my good leg. When I set up, I want to keep my feet perfectly planted, spine neutral, and my chest up. After the bar passes my knees, I focus on driving my hips forward. It sounds simple, but executing it, if many of you have actually tried deadlifting, takes a lot of practice to perfect, especially trying to maintain your form on higher weight. I mean, I've rebuilt my form with my deadlift and my squat numerous times because of the surgery, but definitely feeling the best it's been in a long time. You can see here I'm definitely freaking out about my form. I keep looking to the side in the mirror to see what's going on, but can't quite put my finger on it. So again, if you guys have any suggestions for me, put them below. Here's my final set. I think this is my 6th or 7th set, but this is definitely where my form just shits the bed a little bit. I start just good morning it off the floor, as you can see a little bit. That would definitely be due to hips shooting up too early and not focusing on driving the hips forward. Also, I definitely recommend taking the slack out of the bar. You'll see a lot of people when they deadlift, they're just trying to rip it off the ground as fast as possible. They'll pull, suddenly jerk back down because the weight's resisting the bar, and then they'll finish the deadlift, but their whole back just looks messed up. You want to pull the bar up gently before you actually lift so that it's already resisting slightly against the weights, and then when you pull, you'll have a clean lift. You won't be yanked back down. This last set in particular, where I'm taking a lot of time in between the reps, I'm fighting within myself whether or not I want to give up here and just move on to the next exercise or what, because I wasn't feeling any of this at all today. Even so, notice that I reset in between each rep instead of just trying to crank them out as fast as possible. Just helps me reset my form so that minimize the chance of me hurting myself. Think of each set of deadlift as a series of singles. Yeah, so typically after deadlifts I do straight-legged deads, really lightweight, just going for like 4 sets of 10 or 12, whatever I can get. This felt more like a marathon for me, just because the deadlifts themselves, they had me dying. For me, this exercise really allows me to focus on driving my hips forward because I'm not really doing much from the bottom, more the top half of the deadlift. Now here I'm just doing bodyweight pull-ups, but I would normally do weighted. I can't record at the gym I'm normally at, and that's where my friend keeps his belt and we usually share equipment. So I decided to just work on explosiveness because at some point I want to be able to do muscle-ups. Wrist mobility is really my limiting factor. So while I'll slowly increase my wrist mobility, I can either work on strength and explosiveness. Strength coming from weighted pull-ups, explosiveness coming from clapping pull-ups, or as you saw before, me touching my chest before grabbing onto the bar again. I'm actually really glad I didn't do weighted pull-ups today just because I probably wouldn't have gotten more than 4 or 5 on each set. What can I really say? For those of you who can't do a clapping pull-up or touch your chest pull-up yet, just try and do what I do here. I just pull myself up as hard as I can and then switch grips while I'm kind of hanging in midair, ready to fall back down. So after pull-ups, aka my vertical pulls, I like to do a horizontal pull, which would be some variation of a bent over row. Today it's a Pendlay row, so the bar will be touching the ground in between each rep, leading with my elbows backwards and retracting my shoulder blades, trying to get a good contraction out of it. Now, why do I do the bent over row before the pull-up? Well, if I do my bent over row before the pull-up, I feel like I don't really have that much energy left for the pull-ups, especially when I'm trying to increase that movement. I'm not really concerned about the strength of my horizontal pull. But if you are, you can rotate which ones come first each day, because it's the same idea as benching and shoulder pressing on the same day, because those are horizontal and vertical presses. If you bench first, you're not going to have as much energy for a shoulder press. If you shoulder press first, you're not going to have as much energy for the bench. So you can rotate, separate them for different days and different workouts, or however you want to do it. But I'll keep my vertical and horizontal pulls on the same day. Oh, almost forgot. Also, why I do the Pendlay row. I try and keep my spine straight as much as possible. That last set was ugly, but it kind of mimics a portion of the deadlift where you're setting up and you're trying to stay neutral. Then after that, I kind of go on to my isolation exercises, doing something to isolate the lats here, just a rope attachment, straight arm pull down. Keep your arms exactly where they are, or the way they are, and hinge from the shoulder, really retracting your lats, and you'll feel it in your rear delt as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. The only thing I didn't record would be all the bicep works I do, usually just supinated, hammer, and then reverse curls. I'll catch you guys later. Yeah guys, last night in the gym wasn't too pretty. I was pretty much grinding out every single rep of every single set. Might not have looked like it, but it felt like it. I was tired as hell. I was about to pass out during the pull-ups, pass out during the bent over rows. It was hard for me to keep my form right, as you could probably notice in the videos. But that's the beauty of it. You gotta love the grind. Whatever your motivation is, not saying one's better than another, but as long as it gets you through the workout and into the gym the next time, that's good enough, right? Any questions? Make sure to comment below, like the video, subscribe to my shit, man, if you want to see more.